Welcome back to Beautyistic. If you're a fragrance lover or someone who's just starting to build your signature scent, you're in for a treat today. We're diving into Tom Ford Cherry Smoke, a unisex fragrance that promises an unforgettable olfactory experience. Launched in 2022, this fragrance is said to push the boundaries of what you expect from perfume. So let's explore whether it lives up to the hype. Cherry Smoke combines two key ingredients that immediately grab your attention: cherry and smoke. But it's not your typical fruity floral scent. Instead, it takes these elements and blends them with layers of warmth, depth, and mystery. On the top, you get that familiar cherry note, which gives a bit of sweetness, but it's not cloying. Instead, it's balanced with smoky undertones, which add a bit of edge and sophistication. This isn't a fragrance that screams, it whispers. In terms of its composition, Cherry Smoke opens with a burst of cherry, a sweet, slightly tart note that lingers just long enough to tease your senses. As the scent settles, a deeper, smokier quality emerges. Tom Ford is known for his mastery in creating complex yet harmonious blends, and Cherry Smoke is no exception. The heart brings in a rich, woodsy element, while the base keeps things grounded with a touch of incense and leather, adding depth that makes the fragrance both daring and warm. Now let's talk about how this fragrance performs. When I first spritzed it, I was immediately struck by its boldness. It's not subtle by any means, which I personally love. There's an intensity that demands attention but doesn't overpower the room. I wore it throughout the day and it held up really well, especially in cooler weather. I'd recommend it more for the fall or winter months, given its warm, smoky character. However, one thing to note is that the cherry note isn't the star of the show throughout the entire wear. It starts bright, but transitions into that smokier, leathery base, which some might find unexpected. It's not a sweet, candy-like cherry. It's more of an intriguing, almost boozy cherry that pairs beautifully with the smoke. If you're someone who prefers sweeter, more playful scents, this might feel a little too bold for you. Now, let's weigh the pros and cons. On the positive side, the scent is unique and sophisticated, which is exactly what you'd expect from Tom Ford. It's not a fragrance you'll find everywhere, and I love that it's unisex. The performance is strong, lasting hours without fading too quickly, and the bottle itself is classic Tom Ford, a sleek, elegant design that feels luxe. On the flip side, the price point might give some pause. At 1.7 ounce, this isn't a budget buy. However, considering Tom Ford's reputation for high-quality, long-lasting perfumes, I'd argue that it's a worthwhile investment for those who appreciate unique, bold scents. Is it worth the price? If you're looking for something that stands out and has lasting power, I'd say yes. But if you prefer more accessible or lighter fragrances, you might want to explore alternatives that cater to those preferences. Comparing this to other Tom Ford scents, Cherry Smoke definitely stands out in terms of its complexity and boldness. It's not as universally flattering as something like Black Orchid, but if you're someone who enjoys fragrances that tell a story and evolve over time, this is a great choice. It's more niche, more daring. In terms of build quality, the bottle is solid, as you'd expect from a luxury brand. There's no compromise here. The sprayer is smooth, and it delivers just the right amount of product. Plus, the longevity is impressive. This one sticks around, so it's not a fragrance that disappears after a few hours. Have I had any experience with customer service? I've found Tom Ford's support to be responsive and helpful, but I haven't had to reach out for any issues, as the product itself is generally top-notch. However, their reputation for handling inquiries is solid, which is a reassuring factor when investing in a high-end fragrance. Looking for alternatives? If Cherry Smoke feels a bit outside your price range, there are other unisex fragrances that offer a similar boldness without the hefty price tag. Something like Byredo's Black Saffron offers a smoky, slightly fruity experience with a bit of spice at a more moderate price. Or, for a deeper leather-forward scent, you could look at Maison Margiela's Replica by the Fireplace. To wrap it up, Tom Ford Cherry Smoke is a fragrance that doesn't shy away from making a statement. It's unique, warm, and perfect for those who aren't afraid to embrace a bold scent. I would recommend it to anyone who's looking for something sophisticated and a little daring, especially for cooler months. It's not a scent that will appeal to everyone, but if you're drawn to smoky, woody fragrances with a twist of sweetness, it's definitely worth checking out. If you found this review helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so other fragrance lovers can discover this video too. Your support helps us keep bringing you honest, detailed reviews. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to drop a comment below if you've tried Cherry Smoke or if you have any other Tom Ford favorites. Until next time, stay beautiful inside and out.